This is 한국말 Series 2, Interesting Verbs, a quick lesson on ida, itta, and alta. So here's verbs and their negatives normally. So hada has anhada to do, anhada to not do, or 하지 않다 to not do. 먹다 to eat has 안 먹다 to not eat, or 먹지 않다 to not eat again. 시끄럽다 to be noisy has 안 시끄럽다 to not be noisy, and 시끄럽지 않다 again not to be not noisy. Now what we're going to do is look at these ones: ida, itta, and alta. I'm going to tell you right now they are all irregular, and that's because they turn into completely different words. These verbs will simply never negate. Their negations are completely different words. ida is 아니다, 있다, 없다, 알다 to 모르다. So these are the negative verbs. These verbs carry negative properties with them already. So remember, there's going to be one particular particle that only takes negative verbs or verbs in negation. That means that it's actually going to only take these guys. But don't worry, this isn't that important. Just remember these are all negative in meaning already. So, impossible to negate, you'll never see anida. You're just going to see anida, which is kind of funny because they're pronounced the same way. You'll never see anita, it'll just be opta. Never see analda, you'll only see moruda. To not know, to not exist, to not be. So this is to be. Interesting thing about to be, it attaches to nouns. So a noun's going to simply plug itself right into ida, and now it becomes noun ida. They turn into one word. Anida is not going to work like that. Anida works like any other normal verb. Ida is the only one that likes to combine with words. So ida, very friendly, loves combining with nouns. Anida, a little like the other verbs, doesn't like to touch them. So this is to be and to not be. So this in Korean is an equal sign. It's called the copula. Equal sign. Whatever is on the whatever it's talking about is all equal and true. And for anida, of course, that's the exact opposite. Everything that's talking about is not equal, is not true. So ida, to be, être in French, they're all just a big equal sign. So one side is equal to the other, or everything being talked about is equal to each other. Anida, exact opposite meaning, nothing is equal to each other inside the sentence. So, ita means existence. I never really had a problem with ida and ita, but I can see now in retrospect how people could have problems if they're not explained to properly. Ita is the idea of existence, not an equal sign, existence. So something being there is existing in Korean. If you wanted to say something is equal, like this is a speaker in Korean, you'd use ida. If you want to say there is a speaker, like a speaker, the idea is there's a speaker exists, you then have to use ita. Opta means the exact opposite thing. It's the lack of. So, so if you want to say speaker opta, there is no speaker. Like you just picture a speaker gone in your head. Alda to know, moruda to not know. So simply you'll never see these two negated normally with an or mot. You're just going to see moruda. Now, ida versus ita, anida versus opta. I'm going to go over this a little better. Ida to be is an equal sign and attaches to nouns. Very friendly. Ida will love nouns just coming up to it and attaching. Now I say slash right here because remember this is this and this is this. It's the same thing but opposite. Same difference. Ita to exist, to have. Now when I say to exist, that's the bigger meaning in Korean. This is one verb that has 1,000 different translations in English to Korean. It also means to have, because remember to have is to exist as well. So having something is having it exist in your life. And that's how Korean is going to try and picture it for you. So, here I have an example. 도서관 is a library. So, FYI. 도서관이에요. It's a library. Notice how there's no space in here. There's no pause as I say it. If I say 도서관이에요, that's wrong. It's 도서관이에요. One word, one flow has to come out very clearly and together. 도서관이 있어요. There is a library. So now you've gone from equal sign, so it, whatever it is, equals a library. This is existence, so a library exists. 도서관이 있어요. It's acceptable to pause here, okay? Not pausing here, never pause right here in Korean. Pausing here is fine. 도서관이 있어요. Now, it is not a library. So this is the opposite of this one right here. 도서관이 아니에요. 도서관이 아니에요. Pausing here is fine. Don't pause in here again. 도서관이에요. And there is no library, which is the opposite of this guy. 도서관이 없어요. So, equal signs, this is a not equal sign, so whatever it is, like you point to it, does not equal a library. This is the idea of a lack of a library. There is no library that's there. So, do you understand this? What I want you to do is try and translate the following, then write the negative in Korean, because all the negatives are backwards. And remember, the negative of a negative is a positive. 2 minuses, well, okay, that won't work. But, so if one of these is already negative, 없다, 아니다, what I want you to do is turn them to the opposite, which is their positive. Okay? So the examples are, and the answers are going to be on the right hand side. 걔가 있어요. 펜이에요. So 걔가 dog, pen, pen. 나무가 없어요. 나무 is a tree. 나무가 없어요. 나무가 아니에요. 대답을, so 대답 is an answer. 대답을 알아요. 대답을 알아요. So write these, for example, 카메라예요. I'm going to write in English, it's a camera. Then I'm going to write the opposite, which is turning 이에요 to 아니에요. So 카메라가 아니에요. So do you understand? Try these. The answers are going to be on the right hand side. Thanks for listening.